what's up?
You know, same old, same old. Struggle
Then
through
there
some
were two.
Hebrew. Struggle through some
Yeah,
Biblical Hebrew, and then struggle through some modern Hebrew. I'm just struggling through it all.
but that was good, I think. Last
It is.
segment.
I enjoy it. It's nice to see kind of, I mentioned the. It's nice to see kind of how they incorporate elements of Aramaic here and there, from the time period, and then also to see things in the rabbinic period that come into modern that weren't during the biblical period, and so it's nice.
Almost like almost like a diachronic approach to
It's
Hebrew all in one day, right?
yeah. I mean, if you're doing all of it, it is. Yeah, it's fun.
That's really nice.
I read Sons by Dios book on diachronic Hebrew. It's a technical book on the diachronic, like Hebrew diachrony, and how changes occur over time. And I think he even posits like when it started and where some things started, at least the stuff that's traceable, and so it's interesting.
They say that rabbinic Hebrew, by the way, is not a direct descendant of biblical Hebrew, but there was a different branch of Hebrew that was being spoken even the late biblical period.
Oh yeah.
And, that biblical Hebrew died out obviously after that time, but anyway, there obviously are things within what would have been biblical Hebrew that don't get expressed, just like we can't expect every person to fully express the English language throughout his lifetime. And so there are probably a lot of words that existed as possibilities for biblical Hebrew speakers that we don't find in the text of the Bible.
I don't know why. I have this like weird interest in particular in like the like the modal words, the modal triggering words in Hebrew in the different time periods. So that's why I was asking today in the Discord about them. And then there was one in biblical Hebrew that I learned that I didn't know was a thing. And but even this thing of like, I need this. If I say I need this, I am not just communicating that I need something, but that like I'm going to have to like this is something that I'm putting an obligation either on myself or somebody else to help me do that, potentially, And so it's accomplishing something like the modal verbs do, because they tend to put obligation, or they tend to put
do we have such an obligational expression in biblical Hebrew?
Do it.
Do we have such an obligational expression in biblical Hebrew?
How
about can we say in biblical Hebrew, I need you to perform this action? Because in modern Hebrew, we can say that.
You must. Like, it's just going to end up being an imperative or something, I feel like.
I don't know.
We can say in modern Hebrew, I need tzarich shetaseh.
Yeah. Tzarich is the word, yeah.
I need tzarich shetaseh. I need you to do it. So in biblical Hebrew, we really don't have these types of expressions. The biblical expression is modally challenged, shall we say. So words like possibility and probability and need, all of these words really are lacking. So they came from somewhere else into rabbinic and modern Hebrew.
Yeah.
So
and my thing, and that's my thing is like, I feel like I found one, like a word in biblical Hebrew that's like, why don't we use this word to mean this thing in the biblical period? Is it not? Am I misunderstanding? Like, and I don't remember what it was.
I have an idea, but I want Jacob to say maybe something that he wanted to say, and then I'll give an idea of biblical Hebrew.
I was thinking, because I was not too long ago listening a bit to Alter's translation. And one thing he brings up in his introduction is the possibility that the Hebrew used in the Tanakh is, to a large extent, very intentionally using a limited subset of the language.
Yeah. I agree.
4K.
I don't
Is
know.
there a reason for that? Yeah, I guess is my question.
Yeah, something I would love to
there's
learn more about, because it is just like 7,000-8,000 words for a reasonably like long corpus.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's this expression in the prayer book at the end of the prayer service. It starts Alenu l'shabeach la'adon hakol latet gedula liyotzer bereshit. So Alenu l'shabeach is to praise, like l'halel. Alenu means upon us. It is upon us to praise the Lord of all, the Lord of everything, which means we must. It is our obligation.
Yeah.
And we do find, I can't think of examples right now, but we do find examples in the Bible of al being
Okay.
used for obligation. It is upon him to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the way that we could express obligation in biblical Hebrew is maybe to use lasim and al. Lasim alav lasot et.
Yeah,
To
I was
put
thinking
upon him to do
Natan.
it.
Yeah, I was thinking Natan.
Latet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from this,
yeah.
I think it's related to this that we also have the word all. All is the word that's used of
Yoke,
yes
a burden. Yeah.
on the shoulders of beasts of burden.
Mm-hmm.
All is it's upon them. It's
Yeah.
their weight. It's their obligation. But that's not only on animals, by the way. All is used in the rabbinic expression. All shamayim is the burden of heaven, and it's what a person is obligated to do in order to be a righteous person. All haTorah, the burden of the Torah.
yeah,
So all
and obviously,
is
like
in that way as well.
how much this translates is not would be unclear, especially from my limited knowledge. But I'm also thinking of how Jesus, as portrayed in the Gospels, uses the
My burden
language
is light.
of a yoke.
Yes. Exactly, and that's true. When I read those verses after having my involvement with Judaism, and I came and I read that, I was like, that makes perfect sense. You know, that he would say that what I expect of you should not be too heavy for you. Right, his burden. Great. Let us get into our translation. We are starting the second of these texts. So this is text number 2. I'll make it full screen. I just threw these up there because I wanted to choose a different font from what we've been using. I wonder if I can make this any bigger. I don't like that this is so small. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, I can read that fairly well.
This is text 2. I kind of just copied the other one. I didn't change this. So text 2. All right. So I guess I'll start this one. I was last in the reading, so I'll be the first in translating. The last shall be first, and first shall be last. The Lord appeared unto Abraham in a dream of the night. This is an odd expression, but it is a biblical expression, where normally we would say that construct phrase is completely definite, but in this case, a dream of the night is a construct expression that is indefinite in the beginning and definite with the absolute form. And he spoke unto him, saying, You have been a faithful servant unto me, for you have walked before me in righteousness and truth all the days of your life, and you have done that which is good in my sight. So I'm not going to say that which is good. I'm just going to say the good thing. All right. So the Lord appeared. Appear is the nifal of ra'ah, li'ot. So it's lehera'ot in the infinitive. Nir'ah. Nir'ah. The future is yera'eh. I'm going to yera'eh. He will appear. I want to get rid of the hey for apocryphation purposes, so yera, and that's what we're going to put it in. Va, oh, my keyboard is freezing on me. Yera, vayera, he appeared. Okay, this is in the Bible. Yahweh, the name of God. So God appeared. El Avraham. Okay, here I already wrote the words. I'm just going to point them. Okay. In a dream of the night. Okay, so the word dream is chalom, right? And in construct, it's going to be the same. Chalom ha-laila. Okay, again, this is construct that looks definite to us, but it does exist in this way. Chalom has patach patach here, and so this is patach that's two shvas together. It's the rule of shva.
Gets dragged along by the guttural.
Yeah. Jonathan taught me a word a long time ago, echo vowel, and I've always liked that. That it echoes the halom, that vowel is echoed there. Okay. B'chalom alayla, it's not in the, this is not the definite article, the dream, right? Because the dream would be ha-halom. It's not this, it's this. Ha-halom with kamatz, I believe. Isn't that right?
Well, yeah, but since it's a construct chain, that introduces ambiguity since you couldn't have the definite on the first one in the chain.
Yep. And he spoke to him. Vaydaber elav lemor. I wish that we didn't have to point things, you know. Vaydaber elav lemor. Okay, now we have the quotation. You have been a faithful servant unto me. Okay, I'm going to turn that around for a nominal sentence. I'm going to start with the predicate nominative. Because I could say, Hayita li eved ne'eman, Hayita li eved ne'eman, but I'm going to put the predicate nominative first. Eved ne'eman hayita li. Hayita li. Okay, hayita li. Eved, a slave. Ne'eman, this has an echo vowel as well. Ne'eman, that's a nifal of aman. Ne'eman it became adjectival, it means faithful. Hayita, from haya, hayita, li. In the biblical text, when you have a word ending in a generally, and the stress is in the syllable before it, then the word after it is going to have dagesh. So ne'eman hayita li with the dagesh and the lamed. That's an odd and not common rule that people know, but it does exist. Eved ne'eman hayita li, for you have walked before me. Okay, so for, ki, because. And then I'm going to pull the verb, even if the verb would have an explicit subject, the verb is going to move into the position right after the words ki and asher, the embedders. So hayita, or this is halachta, you walked, halachta, lefanai, before me, lifnei, lefanai, in righteousness, tzedek, and in emet, truth. Okay, so halachta, like hu halach, ata halachta, ani halachti, halachta lefanai. The last syllable is long by nature. In front of it is the near syllable, which is lengthened, and the distant syllable that is short. It's the preposition. Betzedek. Betzedek. U, because we're in front of bet, okay? Emet. Now the emet, the e here, the is actually short, reduced, which makes this vowel echo eh. Okay? Betzedek u ve'emet. Okay? In righteousness and truth, all the days of your life is chaim, chayecha, chayecha, like chayai, my life. Okay? The days of, the word day is yom, the plural is yamim, and the
Yemei.
Yep, the construct yemeh. And to make
but
it
you also have
all
a
the days
full
of your life. Yeah. So when you want it to be all the days of your life, then you add kol. Okay? Ki halachta lefanai betzedek uve'emet kol yemei chayecha. And you have done, let's do it because halachta is past tense. You have walked. Here we will do a v'katal. In the past, it's vayiktol. Vayiktol, and so the word is you have done. The word is asa. You will do ta'aseh, and that, and we're going to get rid of that for apocope. Va ta'as. Va ta'as, you have done. Va ta'as hatov be'enai. This is just a frozen expression that's all over the Bible. Va ta'as hatov be'enai. You did the good in my eyes. And let's finish it with
What do you think of the possibility of it being
so we'll
like
make this long.
of it being we'ata asitha, as these are concurrent actions rather than subsequent?
I wouldn't expect it because ata would necessarily be emphatic. And so it doesn't make sense to say you walked before me, not emphatic, and you did what was good in my eyes. Like it doesn't make sense for the emphasis.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
הלכת
I'm hearing
לפניי
you,
בצדק ובאמת כל ימי חייך, ואתה עשה טוב בעיניי. So the verb consecutive vayikol doesn't have to be temporally consecutive.
No, if I recall, it was more that link of temporal consecutive was stronger in earlier stages of biblical Hebrew, if I'm recalling correctly.
Maybe. We could look up Hatov Veinai and see what forms it puts before it, because I think it would still be Vaya'as Hatov Veinai Adonai. He did what was good in the eyes of God.
I'm practicing the age-old technique of being wrong on the internet to get corrected and learn.
I'm just a weirdo, but we can look at it. I don't want to declare you wrong. We can
No, that's
check.
all right. Like I've always been one who is maybe a little bit too quick to speak, but it also tends to lead to learning. So
let's see. This is Hatov B'nei Adonai. This is Ve'asita, and you shall do. Let's put a translation over here. Do what is right. Hayashar ve'atov b'nei Adonai. Okay, and so this is continuing an imperative. Let's see. Kechol atov b'nei. Let's see. Aseh ata lanu. You yourself do for us. This is imperative. Asi. Va'asitem. And you will do. Tomorrow we will give ourselves up to you, and you may do to us whatever seems good in your eyes. Vayomru. Say imperative. What is all these imperatives? Say. Ya'ase. Va'ase. Imperative. What is going on with all these imperatives? Va'ani e'eselo et hatov ve'enecha. Tov ve'enecha ase. Te'atov ve'enecha asiti. We could front it like that. Va'atov ve'enai asita. We could front it like that, and it would get rid of the emphatic ata.
That could be one. No, this something I thought of based on.
Here we go.
I'm also just like seeing if I can construct a construct search here to see if I can maybe find an example matching what you put forward as well.
Well, this one specifically is a Jasev, V'ya'as Adoni HaMelech Tov Ve'enav. May my Lord the King do what is good in his eyes. Okay, well that didn't come out like I was hoping. Let's see, Vata'as, or V'ya'as, let's do. Ya'as. Let's see, Hayashar, Atov. V'ya'as, okay, this is a good example. This is Amatziyahu. בשנת 2 ליואש בן יואחז מלך ישראל מלך אמציה בן יואש מלך יהודה בן 25 שנה היה במלכו ו29 שנה מלך בירושלים בשם אמו יהודן מירושלים, מן ירושלים, ויעש הישר בעיני אדוני רק לא דוד אביו, ככל אשר עשה יואש אביו עשה. So that's one example. It says ויעש הישר בעיני אדוני. And it's not temporally consecutive.
Yeah.
And suddenly my logos is freezing. There it goes. The same person. Yeah, well, these are all in the king's record. It's just declaring them righteous kings from when they began to reign. Also in Chronicles, same thing. ויעשה ישר בעיני אדוני ככל אשר עשה מצר אביו. Well, so we have two options. One is Vatas Hatov, or we could say instead of all of that, let's see. Am I in Hebrew? Yes. Ve'hatov be'enai asita. We can do that as well. Okay, you ready for the second verse, second part?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Colton is.
Colton has returned.
Okay, we're in part two.
I went and got food. I was hungry.
I should do that too. I think I'll be working on Yom Kippur at the hotel. Like, we don't have anything to do. We just sit there, and they pay us 300% of our salary.
We've had to say holiday pay.
Yeah, big time holiday pay, because they don't provide us food. All right, what do you got there? Go up, therefore. Therefore is going to be rendered just by na, pray. Go there, go up, pray. Jacob, are you running with number 2?
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to finish up a little thing, and the user interface was being rude.
Google Documents are ugly, in my humble opinion.
What is?
Google Docs, what we have in front of us. I wish that they would allow me to use whatever font I want.
You know, most of the time I don't think it's Google that's the issue.
Yeah, maybe these are fonts that are... Yeah, instead of lachen, the book says to use na. Like alena.
Alena, oh yeah.
Okay. You want to talk while you work through it, or do you need to?
Sorry, yeah, I'm
focus?
thinking here, and one thing I'm thinking. Oh, I'm gonna use negative.
Okay. Normally,
And
remember
if
that
I'm-
in Hebrew, the witch is going to pull the. It's going to be in a different order, right? It's gonna, like instead of opposite which, it's which your tense are opposite it.
Yes, that's a good.
And how is like that when it's definite, they become both long. Alena alahav, which your tense opposite it, or in front of it.
And then we have.
By the way, Colton, the word for opposite or like
Tense.
this in modern Hebrew is mul. Mul.
Mul. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
That's in biblical Hebrew too. Not necessarily with that meaning, but it's in there.
Okay, the pointing of ohalecha is kind of difficult because it has a
Yeah.
long vowel in the first syllable that's unexpected. Yeah. Normally, when you want to mark a long vowel that's unexpected, the no, no,
No.
it's not against your tense, but asher ohalecha negdo.
Oh, but opposite it.
Yeah. When you want to mark a syllable that is long and it's unexpectedly long, you put metig. What I mean by unexpectedly long is according to the rules of the Masoretic tradition, a distant syllable should be reduced, and this cholam is not reduced, so it's marked with metig generally. It's one of the uses of metig. Alena lahar asher ohalecha negdo, and lift up your eyes. Okay, what's the? Do you want to use the continuous, like the vikatal, or do you want to use the imperative?
What drew me first was the Vekatal, as I just feel like I've seen that one a bunch. Although I feel like I'm messing up Nasa here. But anyways.
No, that looks good to me. The nasata. When it's the third yod and third aleph like this, then the stress is maintained in the normal position. Nasata rather than nasata. Alena al har asher ohelecha negdo v'nasata enecha. You might say et in front of that. Nasata et enecha, but you don't
Yeah.
have to necessarily.
I was carrying my soup up just a few minutes ago.
Like,
Pretty sure I burnt the fingerprints off my fingers.
Does happen. Does happen.
It do
let's
be
see.
hot stuff. Do be burning.
Do be burning. Alena al har asher ohalecha negdo v'nasata et enecha.
Yeah, and
Okay,
now and
and
see the
see.
land. No, but so
I want Jacob's name on the Google Doc. I like an anonymous narwhal. Come on.
What's a
the thing is,
narwhal?
like, I am logged in. I don't know why I become maybe it's just like the setting.
I am too. I think it's because he's not actually shared the document with us. It's just anyone with the link.
Yeah, you're still anonymous. If you use the imperative, what would it be?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of.
I know.
Actually,
I know.
This is used in writing academic papers because in footnotes and stuff you say see John Cook blah 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 see, right? So in Hebrew it's re'eh, re'eh, re'eh.
would that be like re'eh?
Ure'eh, ure'eh. With
Yes,
the
it is.
tzere.
Now, okay, please. Why is the dagesh on the wrong side of, or like it looks to me like it's on the wrong side of the vav for some reason?
I don't know. It looks good to me. What do you think, Colton? It looks good.
It looks fine to me.
Ure'eh. Yeah. Yeah,
So-
ure'eh. But if we're going to continue, if we do nasata, then we might say vira'ita. Vira'ita. But you can do
Okay, yeah.
imperative. It's kind of funny to do vekatal in one and imperative in the other.
Mine says I'm writing in roboto. Roboto.
That's
Is that
the
what
font,
it
yes.
is?
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
A minute
Roboto.
ago, mine said E.B. Garamond, and I was like, what?
The Garamond is in the English.
Okay. I like this one.
E.B. Garamond is my favorite English font right now.
I like this one.
David. Ew. Ugly. Change
I
it
like
back. I don't think it allows for
it. It doesn't.
special marks.
It doesn't. Unfortunately. If
That's
it did,
okay. I
it'd
don't
be
know how
better.
to make them anyways.
Yeah, see what it does?
Yeah.
That's
No,
ugly.
I know. I like the font. Doesn't mean I like the aesthetic of the font.
There are
though.
versions of this font that do allow. Like I have
Oh.
David font that actually has Teamim, Bleak,
Oh, well, that would be great.
but I can't use it on Google Docs because it's proprietary.
Mhm.
Et eretz Kna'an. Okay, what you have there is a partial vowel holding a syllable. An. That's a
Sorry. A partial what now? Holding a what?
A partial vowel, a reduced vowel, cannot hold a syllable on its own.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
Ein,
it is a syllable.
nun,
Yeah,
an
and it's a syllable.
has to be a full vowel.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. And that's what happens in segolets, that when they run into a situation where it's supposed to be a half vowel, it normalizes. Normalizes meaning lengthens to a full vowel.
And I could see for unto you I've given it ki nathati lecha.
You could even front the lecha to make it emphatic. Ki lecha natati.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking that after a key, the verb often follows.
Right, but I mean that's standard word order, but it can always be interrupted for emphasis or
Absolutely.
focus.
Yes, that is
That's
a good
John
point.
Cook, right? Focus.
And nathati otha.
And if you run those two together, natatiota, you could say netatiha.
That is also true.
Netatiha. I'll put
That
that
is
as a
also
second
true.
option.
Yes. Pronominal suffixes are one of those that I like. I can read them. I'm probably not as good at like producing them.
They're tricky.
We practiced it a lot in the wine grain study that we did.
Sorry. And
in fact, I get messages from Zev all the time because he uses the wine grain key with his students. And he's constantly telling me that I shouldn't have used suffixes, that he's like, take it off. I'm like, no.
No, it's good. I love them. Like it's something that I like enjoy trying to figure them out.
Me too. Me too. Notice that the segolet noun is zar'u. Zar'u. With the suffix end, with the case suffix, zar'u, the u is gone, and zar with ayin on the end became zera because it's segolet. So the segol there is actually the result of a process. But the actual root vowel is a, zar, acha. Right there.
okay.
It's easier to remember the whole idea of segolet, the segolet noun being the result of a process. So melech is actually
they were
malku.
single syllable words. Like
when the case ending was dropped, they were single syllable. Yeah. So zar'a with the ayin on the end became
I don't
zera.
actually know how to attempt to pronounce that as a single syllable with the ayin at the end.
It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been because the case ending would have been there. It would have been zar'u or zar'a or zar'i. The case endings.
Yeah.
So the dropping of the case ending is what created the problem for segolet nouns in the first place. Anyway, all right. Ki lecha netatiha ulezaracha le'olam. And that will be our sof pasuk. Sof pasuk is funny because in these fonts it looks like a colon, and it's not a colon. It's supposed to be diamond shaped. Yeah.
I'm just sorry. I'm just.
I like the word
okay.
le'olam in the Bible. I love to leave off the vav to make it defective, because there's that verse in Exodus that says "V'zeh shmi le'olam," or This is my this. וזה זכרי לעולם. No. זה שמי לדור דור וזכרי לעולם. This is my name throughout the generations and my remembrance forever. And le'olam is without vav. And so the rabbis make like meaning out of that. That instead of
that's one of those
le'olam,
very
it's le'alem.
fun things.
Yeah, to make it disappear, to hide it.
Mm.
Hello, mother. I see you. We don't have a lot of viewers today because it is New Year's in Israel. I'm going to use that as an excuse. The real excuse is that I didn't advertise at all.
I'm also thinking that like even more so than like first hour, second hour is very much a like participants fun time. I think.
Yeah, and the composition stuff is difficult for people. So.
Yeah.
So Vayomar is not going to be followed by the subject, but Vayomer is followed by the subject.
Okay. I did it because we didn't have a lemor.
I pray here is again not I pray. It's really Anna Adonai. Anna,
Is
like
that the
na.
one that's like so
I pray thee.
Aleph with a kamatz and then a nun with dagesh and a kamatz. And
Yes,
hey.
and hey. Yeah.
Weird spelling on that one.
Well, it's okay because the word stress, it's allowed to have a close syllable with a long vowel.
Yeah, it's
sorry.
the
Are you
kamatz
saying
before
Anna?
the dagesh.
Like that?
Anna.
Dagesh
like-
on the nun.
Look how I've written it.
Uh-huh.
Anna, it's na, please. I pray thee, I beseech thee. Anna
I don't even know
Adonai.
this. I don't even know that particle.
Read Jonah. You should always read Jonah.
I've read Jonah more than once.
It's that's where I first ran
Anna,
into
Anna.
it. I don't remember exactly where it is. I think it might be one of the seamen who uses it. I'm not sure though.
We can't use that word on YouTube. We'll get the strike. Seaman.
No. No, I caught it.
We will get a strike.
Oh, I'm generally speaking bad at those.
Let's say Malachim, sailors. One of the sailors. Yeah, that's it. Vayomer
or the-
Avraham, Anna Adonai.
Chovelim.
Yes,
Please let me. No, I hate you so much.
Anna Adonai. I hate you too. Why are you saying that? Anna
Because-
Adonai Yadata. Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know why, but the trying to like delete things from a construct in accordance for me is painful because it just like for some reason the delete key triggers on one of my other panes. So it breaks the link and it makes me upset.
Dude, I for whatever I don't know what happened. I must have gotten an update on my computer at some point, and every time that I would type a cough with a dagesh in it on the Tyndall keyboard, it would like run my Kindle app. Like it would open my Kindle app and initiate it. It was driving me crazy.
Well, it's okay because you tend not to pronounce the cup in it anyway, so just leave it out.
Yeah,
Vayomer Avraham.
it's not.
Anna
That's not
Adonai.
helpful when I'm writing for students, though.
Yadata ki en li ben. Right?
Exceedingly old.
Isha, even though there's a dagesh in the shin when it's absolute,
Mhm.
when it's construct, there's no dagesh
Oh, really? Okay.
because the construct form is eshet with no dagesh.
Okay.
Eshet becomes ishti.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to write. I want to write here. Exceedingly
Yes.
old is like zakan meod. I don't think that zechena. Yes, zechena. That's
Okay,
not
so
the phrase
remember,
that uses
remember
right.
these.
It's like going in years or something, right?
He ba'a b'shanim, yes, but to say she's very old, remember that Nominal sentences, these are mishpatim called
Mm-hmm.
shemaniyim. I don't know. It's like the ones that don't have
Yeah.
a verb. Null construct. No, whatever. Yeah. So the predicate adjective wants to be fronted.
Yeah.
So uzkena,
Yeah. I was
uzken,
getting.
ishti ad meod. Ad meod. That's
Okay.
a good expression.
Okay.
Uzkena ishti ad meod. Yeah. And old, my wife, until exceeding. And one of my household will inherit me.
Oh yeah, Genesis 16.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, is it 15? I 17. Sorry, it's
So
around there.
it's the use of kamatz in this letter that forces aleph to become eh. So if it is patach
Oh,
here,
okay.
then it's patach here.
Okay.
But this would only be in the construct form.
Oh, okay. So you're just telling me that. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Exactly. Echad.
Me. Baby.
Yes, bait mi beiti. Echad mi beiti, one from my house, will inherit me, will disinherit me, right?
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
That's it. Won't be the hifil.
Oh,
It will be
that's
kal.
what I thought you were saying with the disinherit. Sorry.
No, sorry. I think of like lerishta, to disinherit it, to inherit the land.
Yeah, hold on.
So close. Get rid of the second.
I know.
perig.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
It's just that. Yirash. Yirash oti. Yes. And we will put a pasuk. There is nothing to lengthen for pause here. Okay, great. So we've each done one verse. Let's go to the next. Verse 4. We have 15 minutes. And the Lord said unto him, okay, that's really silly. It's just Amar, Vayomer. Vayomer Adonai Elav. The Elav is so. Vayomer Elav Adonai. We can use it as if it were an enclitic. We can join it to the verb instead of separating it out and putting the subject in second position, which is normal. Vayomer Elav. Vayomer Elav Adonai. And Adonai is now delayed a little bit because of the enclitic Elav. Okay. Why would you speak thus? Okay, I changed this from the text. The text doesn't say this. The text says, why speakest thou thus? And I changed it because the comment in the text, the comment says that it should be read as like a modal. And so I would just put it that way. Why say it otherwise? Lama tedaber kacha. Lama tedaber kacha. Why would you speak thus? Kacha ko. These words that mean thus. I never
This is
know if
modal,
lama
but doesn't
needs to
translate
have.
it as modal.
Right, he writes it that way. Because this ends in a vowel, I'm going to go ahead and delete the gesh there. Lama tedaber kacha. Oh, kacha is probably better form in the biblical ken. Lama tedaber ken. Why would you speak like this? Why would you? The ken or kacha is like hutos in Greek. Lama tedaber ken. Why would you speak like that?
Mm-hmm.
Your wife, Sarah. I'm going to change that around and say Sarah, your wife. Sarah ishtecha will bear a son. Okay, to bear, it's yalad, right? So it's teled. She will bear. Teled ben. And he will walk bekatal. I don't really like the change of subject without being explicit, but let's see what we can do with it. Okay, ishtecha. teled ben. I want to go ahead and add the explicit subject v'hu yelech, and he will go. He will walk. That feels better to me, probably because of modern Hebrew. But I like the change of subject to be explicit. V'hu yelech,
Yep.
in your ways. Bi drachecha. Okay, derech, drachim, drachecha. Bi drachecha. I don't know why that is natural for me to say, like it just comes off my tongue. Bi drachecha. I have no idea. But if I had to think about it, I would say, okay, the tone has the historic vowel eh. Before it is lengthened, before that is reduced, before that is reduced, and then you have the rule of Shva that breaks it. Bidrachecha. If you had to think through it, but that's the form. And I shall bless him. Okay? Uverachtihu. Uverachti oto. This is piel. This syllable is intentionally left long. And the who ending is for him.
Poor Resh can't take a dagesh.
Exactly.
You were almost a consonant, Raish. Almost. Reapply next year.
If we write it this way, uverachti, is it v'katal, katalti, otah. Oto. Wow, that's a man. Why am I writing otah? Uverachti oto.
You're going matrilineal. You're
Yeah.
a bit
I will bless
ahead
him.
of your time here.
ויאמר אליו אדוני למה תדבר כן? שרה אשתך תלד בן והוא ילך בדרכיך וברכתיהו. You agree?
Indeed.
You could say instead of uverachtihu, you could say uverachtiv with vav, with a hu.
Oh, you have that as well.
Hmm?
No, I was just like, oh, you have that way of suffixing the third masculine singular as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we worked on those things a lot in the wine green coverage, and so they feel a lot more natural to me now than they did even before then.
Yeah, I've been through with Biblingo. Even after Wine Green, I went back through and did them in Biblingo again to practice them. So,
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, I'm bad at going over things, like revisiting things.
Yes, I can't wait till we actually get the fluency drill made for all those, though. That will be great because we don't have those.
That would be fun. Yeah, actually, just practice that more focusedly.
I wish I were a Bibligo person. I never I did the test, like the trial, and I didn't connect to it, but I understand that it's good for people.
Yeah, no, it's been good. Like, it's just using textbook PDFs is suboptimal. Because the textbooks are usually meant that you're supposed to have somewhere where you actually write by hand, and that's just not very convenient on a PDF.
Well, don't tell anyone, but we have printers at work, and I've printed a lot of stuff, entire textbooks.
Yeah, I would have to go to the library. I don't have any. Well, I have a printer at home, at least not now.
Yeah,
it sounds.
It's so convenient. It's so convenient to have printers.
I would probably.
Anyway, are we going to do verse 5?
Yeah.
It's a long one.
Yeah, let's stumble our way forward in life as one does.
Yeah,
and we should
it
probably
came to
have.
pass. That's an next.
Yep. Waihi.
Yep. In the morning. Let's leave the dagesh off of that because it's so strongly connected. Vahi vaboker.
I don't suppose there's a way that I could work on one and it's 2. Do you think we'll get through?
We won't make it through another one of these.
Okay.
Sorry.
Vayiva
just-
boker.
Can I just start the quotation mark and finish the quotation?
In this one?
Yeah.
All right, so just do it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
just
want to do
do
it down
it on
here and then
another line.
copy and paste it.
Okay, so work until the quote and then the rest. Vayiva
Yeah.
boker.
Okay. So what I am thinking of here that I'm uncertain about is this that's rendered in the English as like that Abraham told Sarah.
Yeah.
It's kind of
In
like
Hebrew,
relativizing
it's
that.
verb consecutives. Yeah. It's
Hmm.
Vayhi Vayas. And it happened that he did. Vayhi Vayaged. Vayhi Vayikach. Vayhi Vayelech. And it
Yeah. No,
happened
that
he
makes
went.
perfect. Now, the more that I'm hearing it, the more that makes sense to me.
Yeah. It's an odd construction, and it's what leads to mistranslations of Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 through 3, by the way. Because people think that it's verb consecutive, therefore it has to be afterwards. You know? בראשית ברא אלוהים את השמיים ואת הארץ, והארץ הייתה תוהו ובוהו וחושך על פני תהום, ורוח אלוהים מרחפת על פני המים, ויאמר אלוהים יהי אור. And they think it says, and God said, but it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
and.
So they read it as like a consecutive punctual event rather than the first punctual. Yeah. Yeah. On the no, it's like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but on the first week of our little Hebrew seminar week discussions, I think actually the traditional translation of Genesis 1:1 was the most popular overall. Or even like when someone made a translation that seemed like they were going for the like when God began, in their comment they kind of wrote as if they did the traditional one.
In the beginning of God creating the heavens and the earth, blah, 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 God said. I take all of verse 2 as parenthetical, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. That is my reading of it as well. Not based on my linguistic acumen, but on my reading. I can.
Vayaged, yes, Vayaged el Sarah, okay. Okay, great. Vayhi vaboker Vayaged el Sarah, Vayaged mi yaged, mi yagid, mi higid. Who said? Vayaged Avraham
Oh,
el
right. We don't
Sarah.
actually have the subject here.
Yeah.
I forgot that sometimes you want subjects to say things.
They do have to be explicit sometimes.
I'm so used. Like one thing I'm used to is like when reading verses is just having these very, very long stretches of just like 3 MS verbs,
Yeah.
like just running on and on.
Okay. ויהי בבוקר ויגד אברהם אל שרה את כל. It will still take
Oh yeah,
it for
that
the
is
direct object.
very true.
את כל אשר which the Lord had spoken, diber. And for some reason, I'm not sure what the reason is in the biblical text when it's diber, the second vowel is not sere. It's segol. I'm not sure why that is in the Bible, but in modern Hebrew, we certainly write sere. Diber. ויהי בבוקר ויגד אברהם אל שרה את כל אשר דיבר אדוני אליו. Great. Or you could say אשר דיבר אליו אדוני, either one, they're both great. Okay. And Sarah said, she said is with Amar, right? Good. So Vayomer is for a man and Vatomer. And she said, because, Vatomer Sarah. Great. And then he's writing, okay, Lemor, introducing speech. And he's translating the quote down below.
Oh yeah, I guess I can.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed now.
Really? We have
Good
Hebrew.
night.
Laila Tov. We'll see you next time. It was nice hanging out.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you, Jacob.
אוקיי, ויהי בבוקר ויגד אברהם אל שרה, את כל אשר דיבר אדוני אליו, ותאמר שרה, לאמור. Don't have to say לאמור, but okay. ברוך אדוני, אשר לא עזב את שפחתו. Okay, אשר has פתח,
Oops.
like, not פתח, but ציבור. Yeah. אשר לא עזב את שפחתו. Another word for azav is natash.
Mm.
אשר לא נטש את שפחתו. And 4. You're missing 4.
I guess I could fix that. um, where?
Before ine.
Okay.
And the nun is skinim levi. Nun is skinim levi. So
okay.
when it's in pause, it's hineni with a dagesh, but when it's not in pause,
Okay.
it's hineni. Hineni.
Got it. Okay. Yep.
Instead of saying hinenis kena, you can literally just say ine zakanti.
Yeah.
I
okay.
have become old. You can do this either way. Zakanti as a verb. I've become old. And I said in my heart, va'omar bilvavi or bilibi, bilvavi, because the bet, okay, the first bet is an open syllable that's unstressed.
Okay.
The vowel needs to be kamatz. Bilvavi.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Va'omar bilvavi or bilibi. Lo eled, I shall not bear. Lo eled ben. Okay. But I trust in the Lord. Okay. I would probably do it a bit different. First of all, He'emanti is going to be the future tense for He'emanti. I will trust.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't sure about the conjunction. I didn't know if it was if it could just be the simple vav disjunctive kind of thing, or if I needed to be more explicit with like ach or something.
I would probably go a different direction and say with a participle. Votahatani. Votahatanoche. I trust.
Yeah, I knew that was the word I was looking for, but it's not the one I could remember, and I figured it. And so He'emanti was the first one that came up in a search because it's begins with an aleph. So
because this is more like I believe in him. I believe in God. But this is I trust, like I put my trust in him.
What if just out of curiosity, how does that make you? How would that make you feel?
What? I didn't see the change. I'm sorry.
I changed.
He'emanti et Adonai. He'emanti et. I can't say. I can't make any sense of it.
Like I trust him. I believe him.
No.
Why not?
You can either say He'emanti bo or He'emanti lo. He'emanti ba Adonai or He'emanti la Adonai. The difference is I believe in God and I believe God. Like I believe what he said. Ani ma'amin lo. So there's a song called Cinderella in Hebrew. It says, אל תאמיני לו, הוא לא יבוא, Cinderella. It says, don't believe him, he won't come. Al ta'mini lo. Don't
Okay.
believe him.
Okay,
It's
so
not don't believe in him, but don't believe him.
okay, so lo is the one that I would want. This is the one that I would want. I believe him.
I believe God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know the proper one, but I was
Adonai.
like, if we change the argument here, we'll change the meaning, I think. I just didn't know it needed to be lo instead of it. Okay.
And you could, and of course, the biblical language, instead of lamed, you could say el. Ma'amin el Adonai, you can say el instead of le. And that would have the same meaning.
Yeah.
I would prefer liftoah bo.
Mhm.
Like betach ba'Adonai, trust in God. Betach ba'Adonai.
Yeah.
This is what I would prefer.
I wonder what let me spitball here for a second, just for a second. What's the difference in so like believing God, I believe that what he said, right? Could be the
Yep.
difference. But I trust
He tells
in
you
God.
something
Is
and
that-
you believe
does batach more like I trust him to actually do it, like to
save you.
fulfill it, to fulfill
Yeah,
the
you
promise
trust
versus like
you trust in him, meaning that you put your trust in him. Like you say, okay, I'm not going to try it on my own. I trust that God will do it for me.
okay, so it's more of a provisional thing rather than like trusting, believing.
Yeah.
That something is true. Okay.
Yeah.
Helpful.
I'm going to just delete that up to there and just leave it like that for as far as like a key would be used, like an
Okay.
answer key of some type.
Okay.
Which I am working on as we're doing this. This is
I was going to ask
before
you
we
if
met-
you were
before we met. I was doing this. This is my work,
Mhm.
but I hadn't done up to 5 before we
Okay.
met together. But
was gonna ask you
I'll pull
about
it
it.
down and use it.
Yeah. Bilal, who's shown up to the readings in the chat, he showed up to the readings. Was asking me if you had a key already. I said no, but I bet he's making one as we're going through it this time.
Yeah,
If I
there's no
know.
sense in not doing it.
Yeah.
All right, shall we do modern Hebrew?
I reckon I'll see you there.
All right, see you in a minute. Thank you guys for showing up. Whoever's out there, we had 5 listeners for a few minutes, but we are finished now and headed out. We appreciate you. Have a good night and Shana Tova.